this one. Thank you, Nesa. I think I couldn't hear because there was something else going on, so I was just attending to that from India. So that's the reason even Harshita is not attending because there's some issues there, so she is attending to it. Anyway, it's okay. Thank you, Nesa. So basically, we are looking at today's topic is something to do with our GDV camera, right? So what exactly is GDV camera and what do we find and what is the advantage of this? So let's go with that. So number one, now on this planet Earth, whether anybody believes or not, human energy fields is the most important aspect of our survival or even our existence. I think today morning we did share something on the light being, so you would have seen that every particle, we are something but we are nothing. So we are out of nothing, but we feel that we are something. So ultimately we feel that this is an illusion. Nobody realizes that it's an illusion we are all going through here. What is real is when you go into the atom and when you go into that atomic structure, there is nothing there. I think, Nesa, we need to share that video also. It's a very beautiful scientific video. I think we need to share here. So I didn't have time to put it onto our screen here. So fine. So what I would like to let you all know is energy fields plays a very, very important role. And just imagine spending almost 18 years of my journey, in spite of being a doctor, to be here on this platform, to boldly even speak to you on the stage, to let you know that there is something called energy and there is something we can do about it. There is something called measurement about it. If you do not measure, how do you know how much is your energy? Now, if we start suspecting that everything is a question mark, then ultimately in our life we will never learn. If I had done that, today I wouldn't be speaking on this platform down here as an ENT surgeon. Why should I be talking about an energy field which is absolutely not my field at all? Now the only reason is because of the 360 degrees, my eyes was open, I was ready to explore. So ultimately we human beings, the moment we start exploring, there is absolutely beautiful information which we can pick it up from the universe, which is all through energies only you can start receiving. Now, what are the different names of energy? We all know that I have named it as Biovibes. It's called bioenergy, Tai Chi, Kui Gong, pranic healing. So you name it. There are different forms of energy. There are different types of people call it as an energy, but ultimately it's an energy. Now you go to a temple, you go to a mosque, or you go to a church. You just pray there. Your thoughts, what comes out of your thought is an energy, and it just goes out of your system and then it gets blended with the universal consciousness. Now this whole universe is like a big I would say power bank, wherein all can, or a hard disk, wherein all the information just goes on to the cosmic. Now just imagine with 8.2 billion population and every human being are so intelligent and thinking, what kind of information is there in the cosmos, and in that we are all living, and then we still have to get the good things into our system and understand that this is something good for us, how much you should be. So this is where very important, your energy fields must be optimal. If your energy fields is not optimal, I'm sorry, it doesn't work. Now it's not the question of belief system here, it's a question of truth. I would like to share something here, and this has happened yesterday night. Okay, yesterday night I get a call exactly early morning 1 o'clock. Doc, please pray for this particular person. I said, for what? You know what they said? This girl is around 20, I think 23, 24 years. They have gone with their boyfriends to Port Dickson, and they were staying in a hotel and they were in a swimming pool, and incidentally all were in the indulgence of drugs, incidentally. Now after the drugs, what they have done is they have gone to the swimming pool and one person died in the swimming pool. So what happened? The police arrested all the 6 people and they took them to the police station and locked them up. And then from there they called the parents and said, your daughter, imagine, it's a daughter is arrested and this is the reason, and she is under drugs. So we have arrested, she is in jail right now, and only Monday you can go to the court. Today is Sunday, right? But incidentally, because they had little bit of strings which they could pull through the police. So what happened was, today morning they went and paid the money, they went to the magistrate, and then she was relieved and she came out. But can you believe, when I checked the energy, it was zero. Her energy was zero. Now this is when I told the parents also, if your energy is functioning at zero, what kind of friends you will have, what kind of vibration you will have, what kind of connectivity you will have. And this is a disaster in that girl's life. You think she can come out of this trauma? No. And can you believe the trauma what the parents were going through last night? At 1 o'clock in the morning, they had to rush to Port Dickson, and there were so many formalities. Now here, 100%, there is no doubt about it. If your energies are low, let me tell you, 100% you will be entangled with all the wrong people, and ultimately, forget about wrong people. We also may make wrong decisions, and ultimately our journey will be miserable because we all get entangled into the situation where it's not in our hands because of our thinking pattern, because your brain waves are going at a high speed. Now, what are the methods we can all I would say we can actually check your energies? One is through dowsing rod, second is through pendulum, third was trillion photography. It's outdated now, nobody is using. The fourth one is your GDV camera. That is what I'm going to talk to you about. And the fifth one is your brain waves checking machine, which is another wonderful tool I have, and then we all can work on it. Now, so for us to move forward today, I need to talk about GDV camera. Now this is the most advanced instrument to check the photonic emission of energies, and I'm using this machine from I think 2016 I started up, and until now it's an amazing tool, and there are a lot of information. It just picks it up, a lot of information, and then from there we are able to interpret your health status, your stress. As I go on, I will show you what are the things we can check. So this GDV camera is a revolutionary non-invasive to measure the human energy fields using a specialized camera and a software. So it is developed in Russia by Professor Korotkov, and I had an opportunity to meet this professor in 2016, and I did attend his workshop. So after that, there are a lot of scientific data for the past 8 years. These people have done amazingly great work, and that is how this camera, what I brought, just bought it very recently, hardly a month ago. I paid, it's almost 2,500 US dollars, and I picked it up. So we at Golden Hands do have this instrument, so you can check your energy fields, and then you can definitely know where you stand. Now people may say that you feel that you are in good vibration, right? People may feel that the dowsing rod what we use may not be accurate, or I may be interpreting, but here I have a scientific instrument where you can actually check your energy fields, and you know where you stand. Automatically you will know, because I have been doing the research for very, very long. In fact, the GDV camera, I've already checked with the energy fields with my dowsing rod. I can 100% say if your vibration is low, your energies will be low here. Your chakras will be very, very small, and there's no point in explaining it, because ultimately vibration low, your chakras will be functioning low. There's a lot of problems we will face. So please understand that our energy fields play a very, very important role, and we have the scientific machine. It's very, very easy. You have to just put the finger into that particular opening where what you see there, and then from there, every time we click on the instrument, it will check. So we use all the 10 fingers for you to check the energy field emitted by through your finger, and from there it connects to all your organs. This is what you can see. It's all the fingers when you place it, and then it picks up all the information from the organs and then puts it across in the computer, and then from there we can take a PDF format, and then from there you will be able to interpret and then show you how your energy feels and what exactly is your situation right now. So saying that, this is going to be your first page where you will see what it's the whole energy from front and from left side and right side. Now in this case, if you see, no doubt there are little deficiency. If you can see on the top, little deficiencies, but overall if you see the energy field, it's around 74 joules. Okay, anything between 70 to 90 is ideally good, but if there is slight decrease in energy, it should be below 70. And if you imagine, if it is below 40, it's very low energy, and below 20 is definitely, it will be the lowest energy, where there will be a lot of issues in relating with your organs. So basically, the moment you check the first page, you will know what is the current you are emitting out from your body. So from there we will know. But there is one thing a little typical in this particular GDV camera is, if your energy fields are above 90, so that means it's hyper energy. That is typically for people go-getters and typically for athletes. Now, why is that it is very high energy? Sometimes high energy is not good actually. You know why? Because there is a stressful situation for your body, and there will be a lot of adrenaline, cortisol being secreted because you are under stress. Even though in a competition we look at, sometimes stress plays a very good role, that you can perform better if you are under stress. But when you're looking from the GDV camera point of view, very high for a very long time cannot be, because it will affect your organs in terms of physical health. So we need to balance our energy fields between 70 to 90 will be ideal and good. So you cannot have lower energy. So as I go, I will be able to show you and how beautifully this machine can pick up. Now just imagine this particular Dr. Korotko, how many years of time you would have spent into picking up this particular instrument, and making a software for it, and for the software to even recognize that, okay, this is what is the energy and this is your organ connected with. It's all amazing actually. And that's why the pricing also, if you see, is almost 2,500 ringgit. So it's almost our Malaysian money is 10,000 plus. It's quite a expensive one, but it's worthwhile investing, and I have invested. Why? Because I want my clients to get the best from our golden hand services in terms of energies. The second very main, I think you all will know, there is something called chakras, right? If you're looking at chakras, it looks like something. Have you ever seen anybody checking your chakras? We don't have any machine to check your chakras, but here with the GDV camera, you will be able to see all your 7 chakras. Now, incidentally, if all are aligned in the center, that is a good one. But invariably, we may have a little bit of discrepancy left and right. And if you see here, this particular person has got almost 94% of alignment. So it's good actually. Anything above 90 is fantastic. But I will show you how it will be heavy in other people, and that is not good for us. And even the size of the chakras, what you see here is really big ones. So big ones is really good, and alignment has to be approximately above 90%, then it's fantastic. So you can check your chakras, how well it is functioning. So this is something very beautiful in this particular machine, and you should come and get it checked. Now here, can you see on the left side on the top, can you see the total emotional person? See the second chakra, that is your orange color, what you see is totally outside. Your throat chakra is totally outside. Your ajna chakra, your third eye, is also totally outside. Only the heart is in the center, and Manipura chakra. So what we do is we actually give them a breathing exercise, and once we do the breathing exercise, can you see the alignment? Automatically it comes back to normal. Slowly it is coming back to normal. So this is where we are able to show the people that when you do a breathing exercise or any particular, maybe you can sit for a meditation and then check the chakras. So this is where you will definitely know that if by chance you want to see what exactly is happening in your body, you better get your GDV camera checking done, then you know where you stand. Now the lower one, can you see it's almost small, you can see it's very small. So you definitely need to, at least for this person, on the left side was distorted, but on the right side is aligned. So here also there are various methods, like for example I would normally try with the humming technique, where you put your tongue on your palate and then take a deep breath, and then while you're leaving the breath you need to hum. So when you are doing that, you really can see your chakras and all will open up instantly. So what it means is it is the right method for all of us to follow and do it, practice regularly, so that you can maintain a good, see, our chakra system is something like your fuse box. So your fuse needs to be well connected, and it should be always stable, isn't it? If there is a low current also, your fuse can go, right? Or if it's a high current also, your fuse can. Now where we will have problem is because of our emotional entanglement on this planet Earth. That is when we all will be little emotional. We get angry, sometimes we are very happy, we fight. So there are a lot of things going on in our emotional. There is something called emotional intelligence as well. So we need to balance our emotional intelligence as well, so that our chakras are very well balanced. So seeing that, now can you see here, this is a bigger picture of the same energies, energy points or chakras before and after treatment. It will do very well. So in fact we can do a little bit of aura cleansing, we can do a little bit of chakra cleansing. This is what we do in our energy workshop, Epigen energy workshop, Epigen. So you all should look into it, where you can attend the workshop. It's a 1.5 days course, and there's a lot of information we share. And more than that, it is all you will get an opportunity to get your aura check through the GDV camera. You will be having an opportunity to check your brain waves. All these are available when we are doing the workshop. Now see, here is something very beautiful in this particular graph. Can you see how stressful are you? We can see it here. So what should be your optimal stress is, it should be optimal. That means it should be below 3. Now this is the challenge, where if any person says, okay, I have been doing meditation, I've been practicing meditation, and they say, I'm a very calm person, doctor, I don't get angry. So what happens? If you check your levels here, it should be below 2 if you are a very calm person. But forget about below 2. At least can we have it optimal between 1 and 3? It should be good enough. So if our life we are all able to handle it lesser than anxiety is the best. But imagine if you're going for anxiety, and then after that you go for a medium anxiety, then the heightened, then you are in distress. So people who have a lot of psychological problem will have between 9 to 10, which is very high. Psychiatric patients will have something between 9 to 10. But at least we have a machine to show you, because how can you know you are under stress? Nobody will tell you. But here with in our golden dance, energy, when I check the energy with our dowsing rod, if your energy is below 2 inches, definitely you will have under high stress. So there you will be able to show it under whether it's optimal or your under anxiety level. Now other than that, can you see your energy levels? How is it? Is it above 70, or is it optimal between 40 to 70? If it is 40 to 70, it's good. But if it is slightly heightened, there might be probably some organs need a specific connectivity for you to go and see. For example, if there is some pressure on the kidneys, your energy fields can be a little high. And especially if the brain energies are little disturbed because of your emotional situation, it can also heighten your energy. So these are something which we can see here. Third one, if you see the balance of all the organs, you can see it's almost 90% is very good. So you should have an optimal balance of your organs. Should be, that means your left kidney, right kidney well balanced, your right eye, left eye well balanced, your right ear, left ear well balanced. It should be something like that. That is when it gives you a very clear picture of how well you are balanced. Now there are situations where you can see in the last year organ disbalance. How is it? It's medium, it's still good, but we can make it better by practicing energy healing, thereby you can balance your organs. Now, after you do all this, you will get a full page report, something like this, right from your head to the cardiovascular, to the respiratory system, to the endocrine system. Now, the coloring plays a very, very important role. Very low energy is something in the pink, and low energy is somewhere in the orange one. Then green color is normal. Increased energy is cream color, but high energy is more of yellowish color. So here if you see, most of them is almost green, but there are few low energy areas. And if you look at it, is something to do. For example, here if you see, the ear, nose, throat and maxillary sinus is low energy. That is somewhere in the lower energy. So that we need to, probably this person might have some upper respiratory infection. Then something to do with the endocrine system, something to do with the pancreas. See, if the pancreas has low energy, you may have little bit of diabetic issues or sugar metabolism. And if you have spine issues, whether it's a thorax or it's a pelvis, you see here this particular person is almost 79 low energy at the coccyx pelvis. You can see low frequency. So overall, if you see this, really GDV camera gives us a very, very good information about your energy. So energy should be minimum between 70 to 90 is the ideal one, very good. And anything lower than that, you need to work on it. So we can definitely see to that. Now this is another amazing information which your GDV camera can be picked up, is your physical, emotional, intellectual cycle. Can you see? Now what you see in this particular this one is, I'll talk about the red color. Red color, you see, it goes down until the 10th and 11th day of the month, and slowly it goes up until the day it is somewhere between 20th to 25. Somewhere between these two lines, if you see, your whole arch is up there, right? Now what it means is your physical endurance will be very, very high during that time. So this is where you can probably, now you can say, hey doc, I want to go for trekking. So I would say go during this time. Whereas if you go between 9th to 13th or 14th, your energies will be low. You go to that particular whatever trekking or so, you will definitely feel very, very tired. Now this is how your body rhythm can be picked up very beautifully. Now second thing, emotional. Can you see the emotional one is the second one, is your emotional one, which is your blue color, green color. The green color is your emotional, and the blue color is your intentional. Now see the green color, you have a very good emotional stability between, it is sometime between 7th to 15th. So what you can do, if you are emotionally stable, this is when you can probably make some decision making. You are working in a company, what you can do, you can sign some checks, you can sign a deal, because that is the time you are emotionally very well balanced. But if you are emotionally very low, what will happen is, there are every chance probably you will have misunderstanding with your fellow beings, probably misunderstanding in your office, misunderstanding with your spouse. All these can happen when you are in the low frequency. So you should understand what is happening in your body. This is where, when you check every month, you will know exactly what is your cycle. Then finally, intellectual cycle. This is very, very important. Now intellectual cycle is one, your decision making will be very, very good in the intellectual cycle. That is your blue cycle. So for this particular person, you can see the intellectual cycle is in the beginning of the month. Fantastic. So this is where you need to work on your intellectual cycle and then start working on it. But I am saying, it's not that just because it is in the lower cycle, probably you cannot make any decisions. No. Now this is where our wisdom plays a role. As long as you are in good vibration, every day, every month, every fantastic minute of our life will be good for you. You can work on it. Even though the cycles give you some picture, you still can work on it every moment of life. Alright. Now this graph, if you see, it is something to do with the organ balance. What is organ balance is, you see the dark shade means those are the particular organs which needs specific balancing. So here if you see the organ number 4 is number 4, it's pancreas. Can you believe you saw something in the pancreas, right? What you see here is, it's telling you that the pancreas is a problem. The second one is number 9. It is telling about your spine. So spine is a problem, so you need to balance it. So you can do your healing, and then slowly, maybe in the terms of acupuncture, acupressure, we can work on it and then slowly balance your organ. So invariably I would say that definitely little changes and little imbalances will be there for many organs in our body, but as long as it's between 5 to 6 organs are in disbalance, it's still okay, we can work on it. But most of the things should be in very well balanced situation. So this is another very good graph where information we can pick up from our GD camera. Now just for your information, can you see here, what you're seeing is something to do with our um, energy fields. Now what is the energy fields? What you're seeing here, it varies from 20 to 700 frequency. Now what's happening when you're in the low frequency, all those unnecessary things, like yesterday that girl's situation came into our life. What happened? Guilt, apathy, grief, fear, desires, anger, pride, these are all low frequency, anything below 200. Now the moment you reach 250 and above, that is when your neutrality comes. Now if your energy fields are between 310, what happened? Your willingness to learn, your acceptance will go. Now that's what I am also telling. Your energy fields above 10 inches, a lot of things you will be able to. So anything above 10 inches starts with your willingness, acceptance, reasoning, love, joy, peace, enlightenment. Everything is only in the higher frequency. So don't tell me that you are in the low frequency and you don't believe in any of these, whatever it is given. And what I speak also definitely means something, but ultimately it is up to you, how do you want to accept it or not, because at the end of the day it's your life. Now here what happens is, if you see, it's not easy, 35,000 people, I have already done the checking and I have done the energy analysis, I have already documented it. And imagine this graph what I am showing you here, nobody in the world has done it. How did I get that information? I am not a energy specialist initially, I was not, but later on I did all this. How much is the energy, what is this representing, what, it's only when you put your foot into it, and then when you listen and to your inner consciousness and start working towards this, you will know what is the difficulty we all go through as an experiment, as a scientist, where we all work on a lot of information picking up from the internet, from other people, and then only we are able to bring out this for you all. So what you all see looks very easy, there is something there on the graph, and then you all see, but what efforts we put and what kind of day-to-day troubles and trials and tribulation we go through, only when you put your this one and check 35,000 people, then you will understand how difficult it is handling people and handling information, and then finally preparing the inference of what research we are doing. So very very important is, we all must work towards something. If it is already existing there, it's like, for example, here I'm having an LED bulb. Now if I say this LED bulb, I don't believe la, I want to go inside the LED bulb, I want to go and do the dissection of LED, whether it's working or not, how much of current it is taking, means you can do it. But it is heights of stupidity that you want to go inside the bulb and do what? Instead of that, smart people, what we will do, we'll just pick up the bulb, put the bulb, switch it on, use the bulb, illumination is there, go for it. So we have other things to do in our life. So there are a lot of things where people have to look at, be smart and pick up the things and start moving forward. So saying that, this I think we have already explained. Your vibration varies from 0 to 18, and lower the energy, definitely it's more of materialistic, stressful, disconnected from the cosmic energy. But at least you should be 7.5 to 8.5, and you want to be a happy person, you should be 10 and above, and then you want to be in the divine path, you should be minimum 15 plus. So if someone comes and tells you, doc, I'm very happy, and your vibration should be 10 plus at least. But if your vibration is 2 inches, so what do you think? Definitely the person is not happy. But the person has to accept that the person is not happy by when we tell that the vibration is low, definitely it won't. But many times we see that it is all in that illusion of life we all live. So most of the time for people to accept that there is something like that is difficult, because they have not done anything to this. Even for example, if our Albert Einstein, what did he do? He said we are all energy beings, we are an energy mass, and everything is an atom. Everything works at the atom level where there is an electron, proton, and neutron. They are all moving. And when you go into the proton, there is something called leptons. This is where there is nothingness in it. So this is how those guys, now imagine these guys go into so much of detail and they can pick up information and then share it to us. And if I am going to tell I don't believe in all this, means it's heights of stupidity. We need to understand that whoever has done the research, we salute them. Whoever has given us this beautiful opportunity on this planet Earth, salute them. In fact, this GDV camera, what kind of innovation is it? Amazing. So ultimately, how many people would even invest the 2,500 ringgits to buy the instrument? Not many of them. But here, we do it. Why? Because we want to give the best to everybody. So ultimately, what will happen is our energy needs to be on the higher side. Okay, now can you see here? If your energy fields are low, what happens? This is a picture very beautifully. You can see your energy should be beautifully aligned like this, what you see in this photo here. But if it is disrupted like what you see in the pattern of stress, can you see that? Definitely it will be like that. So only when you check your energy fields, you will know exactly how well your aura is maintained, and then what you really need to do for you to work on it, and then ultimately you need to keep your energy fields optimal. All right, now can you see the severe deficiency? This guy you see at the top here, totally it is disrupted. Energy is, this person is more like a dead human being, because the energy is totally out. Now these kind of energies, definitely you will have a lot of disease related. These are the people who are at a high stress, they are all emotionally disturbed, they can be psychologically very upset, and they can be a psychopaths. They can do all the wrong things under the sun. Like yesterday, I think it was in US, Donald Trump was shot there. He was shot, but he didn't die. Luckily he didn't die. Now why the hell you want to go and shoot another person? Does it make sense? Why should you do that? Guy, if I'm going to check his energy, it will be something like this. If anybody wants to harm another person, 100% your energy will be on the low frequency, and definitely you will do everything wrongly. Why? I can come and tell you, it is the brain waves. Your brain waves are going above 18 cycles per second. That means you will lose your rationalization, and then you will do all the wrong things under the sun, 100%. Now by chance you don't kill anybody, you don't shoot anybody, it's still okay. But if your energy is low, just imagine the decisions you make in your life can go wrong, and all through your life you'll be repenting once you do something wrong, and then it affects you personally and professionally or into the family. So be very careful. What is your thought patterns? Be very careful. At least know your energies and start working on building up your energies. So right, finally, what is my message today? Definitely don't take your energy for granted. You cannot. For me, for the past 18 years, I still spend a lot of time on energy. Recently, I was checking the energy of the dog there. Fantastic vibration. Amazing, right? Animals are very good vibration. But humans are the only one, it varies. Why? Because we are very emotional person. We are not an emotional stable person. 80 to 90% of the world population, we are unstable in our mind. So what happens? Your vibration also will be unstable. In my research of 35,000, let me tell you very clearly, I have found that 80% of the people are in the low frequency. And it's quite dangerous, especially people who are all 20 to 30% in the lowest energy of below 5 inches. They are very dangerous. Below 2, very dangerous. They can do anything. Their decision making will be very snip of the moment, and they will do something wrong and they will just rush and run away. Now this is where we all need to work on our energy fields and keep your energy fields high all the time. And until we meet back with another topic, thank you so much and have a wonderful week with full of abundance and full of positive energy to you and to your family. And may the divine bless you all with the divine protection and help you in giving the wisdom to run your life more beautifully, and have a great weekend. Thank you very much, and over to you, Nesa.